I was on a show called The Real World, back to New York, and once I was on that reality show, it made me realize I could do anything I wanted with my life. So I said, my dream was always to become a WWE superstar, so I said, I'm going to become one. And that's how it all began. And right now, I am here at the William Cullen Bryant Elementary School, getting to speak to young kids and hopefully brighten up their futures, brighten up their days, talk to them about anti-bullying, and don't be a bully, be a star. Believe it or not, as a WWE superstar, you don't look at me and go, this guy was picked on. Yes, I was picked on, I was ridiculed, and it didn't make me feel good about myself. And so what I'm trying to motivate the kids to do is don't be a bully, be a star.
I hope Miz is very successful. Did I haze him? Hell yes, I hazed him. Look, a lot of people want to talk about me, and did I haze people? Yes, absolutely. I make no apologies for that whatsoever.
Join the Creative Coalition, GLAAD, Champions Against Bullying, WWE and its partners as we put an end to bullying once and for all.
Don't be a bully, be a star.
Be a star.
Welcome to the Full Nelson Press Podcast, episode 60, the 2017 WWE Superstar Shakeup. I am the creator of thefullnelsonpress.com. My name is Brandon Kirkpatrick. You can find me on Twitter at JohnnyJONNY_Tango. I'm here with the man who is in the new Star Wars trailer but is not in the actual movie, Mr. Peter O'Brien. You can also find him on Twitter at MVP360. And of course, you can follow the Full Nelson Press on Twitter at TFNP. Pete, are you ready for the shakeup?
Why was it called a shakeup? Like, it was so weird. They should call it free agency, but I guess you're switching guys around, but
it's so random.
It was so weird.
They just took up WWE 2K17 and just hit the random button and it's like, oh, they're moving.
Well, why would they? And listening to Michael Cole say this shakeup, it's shut up.
What a way to start the 34th televised season of WWE television.
Oh, God. And with the first shakeup. Apollo Crews!
Oh my God! No. So the first kind of shakeup, because it feels like forever since we've talked since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle is now our Raw GM, so technically he's the first part of this shakeup.
Let's be real, that's awesome.
That is really cool.
It's really great to have him back on
and
TV.
I'm generally excited just to see Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan together clashing over brands. So, because let's get the McMahons off television for a while.
Please.
Yeah.
It'd be good. I'm pumped.
Yeah, so the first one to Raw, though, you're correct. Apollo Crews.
They announced it online.
Because, that doesn't help his character at all.
Well, what I don't get is, okay, so you want people to watch your product, by telling them who's getting moved online before the show. Who's the genius behind that?
Right. So let's start up Raw, because you think right away we're going to have maybe some podiums up like we normally do. Nothing at all. Miz just opens the show with Maurice, and you're like, so does this mean because he could be a contender he's coming out here? Is he actually on? They don't explain it until he actually comes out, does a little promo, and he's like, I am on the red brand now.
Yeah, and it's like, okay.
And Maurice is there too, but I don't see her wrestling.
Yeah, and then we get so pumped because we're like, all right, well, Miz is there.
Yeah.
Who's he gonna feud with? Dean Ambrose.
Right, this is just continuing feuds from SmackDown.
What a buzzkill! I was like, really? That's who you're feuding with?
Yeah. So right now, though,
Dean Ambrose needs to go away for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, right now, man, we have Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns, the big dog, and then Dean Ambrose, all face on Raw. Sounds like we might be getting a Shield reunion this summer. It's gonna happen.
Who are they gonna fight? There's no other...
Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens with insert heel character here.
Baron Corbin.
He's on SmackDown.
I know, he didn't move, but Okay, so you got those two.
Well,
and I was
the big one, Kurt Hawkins, he gets brought over just to lose right away.
Wow. And I'm watching Raw, and I'm like, really?
Well, Ty Dillinger's taking his place. So.
Really? And they were like, Kurt Hawkins, big slow, comes out, punches him in the head, leaves. I'm like, what a waste.
Yeah,
Then they
exactly.
go, hey, guess what? We got more.
Yeah.
And they just announce them. And I'm like, what is the point of this?
Speaking of announcing, Bray Wyatt they just show Bray Wyatt's coming over.
Yeah, like the whole thing with Finn Balor. It's awesome Finn Balor's back. Well, kind of.
It's kind of.
Buzzkill.
Yeah, well, even...
Thank you, Ginger.
Even Bray, he even kind of like teases. He's like, I'll be coming for you next, Balor, which is cool. I'm excited for that, but sounds like Wyatt is not happy about this.
Word on the street is he got a lot of stage heat with writers.
Yeah.
Because the way he's booked.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bray, we're with you at the Full Nelson Press. If I were you, I'd be pissed. There is no reason why you shouldn't be the top draw.
Right.
You shouldn't be the biggest heel. You shouldn't have, the biggest following. You have been hosed from day one.
Exactly.
And that's what WWE writers do to these great NXT talents.
All of them.
And they bury them.
Right. Who is, really succeeding out of the NXT brand, and I just want to compare to an Undertaker who came in strong and has stayed strong his entire career.
Okay, Rollins.
Still, he had some points where he in the Shield he was still bottom of the ladder there. There's nobody that came in
Roman
strong.
Reigns.
Literally,
think about it. Yeah. Roman Reigns is probably written the biggest.
Yes.
Out of everybody.
But is he NXT or is he more FCW?
I don't. He sucks.
Too much politics.
But it's just so stupid. You get a talent like Bray Wyatt. You make Husky Harris go reinvent himself.
Yeah.
To a point you are just like, what?
Yeah.
And he kills it. And you have a chance to put him over on The Undertaker.
Yes.
And you blew it.
Randy Orton, a couple years later.
Randy Orton then RKO's him.
Speaking of Randy Orton, so he still has this match, which to me just gives up the ending to what's happening in a month. Is Randy Orton's going to win this House of Horrors match, whatever the fuck that is going to be. And even if, let's say, Bray Wyatt wins, does that mean Randy Orton comes to Raw? They do this with the U.S. title, but they don't explain it at all with the Raw brand at all, with the title, with the SmackDown title.
Yeah, it's just the writing now. They're wondering why their viewers are just blah.
Yeah,
you're predictable. You're making it predictable.
Exactly.
I think they're still trying to cater the young kids. Young kids aren't going to give you money. Mm-hmm. Your viewers are down for a reason. Well, you aren't getting watchers. Nobody wants to watch it. When's the last time you watched Raw live?
The draft. But because it was the draft, because I just didn't want to spoil anything on Facebook, because once they announced somebody, but other than that, this entire WrestleMania, road to WrestleMania, after once I kind of knew what was going on for the Royal Rumble, after that it was just maybe I'll just skim through it before I watch SmackDown Live.
And see, this is what great, you're now dealing with the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs, so you're trying to get people to watch you.
Right.
Guess what I do? Record Raw.
Yep.
I watch NBA, and then I let it build up, and then I fast forward, because I see things that I'm like, I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Yep.
So, Bray Wyatt is coming over to Raw. I'm like, sweet. Hey, he's going to feud with Balor. I'm like, that's actually cool.
Right.
That's actually really cool.
But that's it.
But now he's losing. He's going to lose against Orton again.
Right.
And then he's going to come over, and we got to wait for Balor to get cleared.
Yeah.
Because roided out Ginger got too strong.
Well, we're never going to get to a good Finn Balor match because he's so fragile.
Oh, well, let's be real. That elbow was
okay,
nasty.
Fine. But how many injuries has Balor had now since he's joined the NXT?
No, since he's joined Raw. He didn't have any in NXT.
Well, he had a shoulder injury for a while there, did he not? Where he couldn't wrestle for a while because of a shoulder injury. I remember him being in a sling for a while.
That was when he won the title.
Oh, no, I think it was prior to that.
No?
All right.
But
leave it in the comments who's right or wrong.
But, yeah, it's just oh.
Balor versus Bray Wyatt is going to be great, but, I don't want to see Bray and Roman again. We haven't seen really Seth and Bray. That would be great, but I don't know. Everything about the Raw brand is just so uninteresting right now. Moving on to our next person, who is rumored to be moving into the Cruiserweight division, Kalisto he is getting brought over to the red brand. So
Good.
yeah, that's kind of a
go to. I think he would be great there.
Yeah, I think they need to, like, if they want to make the cruiserweight division better than what it is, put some more people in that, and also give them the flexibility that if Kalisto wants to run for the U.S. title, he's not locked into being in the cruiserweight division not to be able to do that.
Well, I think like Neville could run for.
But they've locked them into that.
You know,
like, there's no escaping.
Yeah.
Like
205. R.I.P.
Yeah.
You guys, they need to figure this out. It's with wrestling and like the cruiserweights, like there's just too much.
So with the 205 not working, do you think it's just not working, or do you think it's like just the network, just how the network is set up that way, that it's just not working at all?
I think their numbers are down for the network.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. When do you ever watch the network? What do you really watch on it? The pay-per-views.
So I'm a different breed because I like to just pull up a random pay-per-view and turn it on when I'm like working on something.
But you just watch the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Random pay-per-views.
But I also watch the documentaries and the interviews. And NXT if I have time. But there's no way I'm going to take time out to watch 205 because there's nothing there. There's no story. There's nothing to drive me into doing that I can't watch or get a sample of already on Raw.
That's the thing. Why would you make another show but you have Raw?
Yeah.
You have 3 hours. Why don't you just have it on there? Nobody was sitting here going, "Oh yeah, cruiserweights.
Yeah.
This is sweet. They're on Raw."
I need more
Leave
wrestling
them on
this
Raw.
week.
Like you have enough commercial time and stupid filler time that
Right.
you tell me you can't have 2 cruiserweight
Right,
matches.
because you're expecting your audience to watch 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, an hour of NXT, another hour of 205. If there's a pay-per-view that week, it's between 4 to 7 hours based on what brand it is.
Yeah,
and how much of a pre-show you got.
You're burnt out.
Yeah, you don't have enough time to have a full-time job and watch all of wrestling.
It's funny because I like wrestling, but geez, I'm even sitting there. I'm like, God, I don't care.
But then they come out with these things like the Southpaw Wrestling, which was just this whole thing where they just parodied a local indie wrestling thing, and it took off, and it was amazing. And you can see that the network can do more content with your characters than they have to with wrestling. You can have your platforms of the NXT, the Raw, the SmackDown, and then let these characters do more, give them a talk show. Give Chris Jericho a talk show, kind of like how Conan O'Brien has a talk show, and have him do it once a week on there. Do it on like a Thursday night. It's guaranteed to have people. I would watch that, but I'm not going to watch an hour of 205 because I'm getting that on Raw already.
Yeah, so good job, Kalisto. Making moves.
Congratulations, buddy.
You're making moves, Kalisto.
Some unannounced ones they also did is they announced that Heath Slater and Rhino is also moving. So, you know what? Fine. You know what? The Raw tag division needs it. So we'll see if they'll flourish in that. But I guarantee that that Heath Slater will either have a new tag team partner soon, or will just be a jobbing singles run, and Rhino will just be showing up occasionally. I don't see that doing anything at all. You broke up that tag team just moving them.
Yeah, I was hoping Apollo Crews is going to get sent back down. I was hoping Dana Brooke was going to get sent back down.
Speaking of tag teams, the Revival makes an appearance.
I am stoked.
Not only were you stoked, Pete, but it was perfect because they took on the New Day.
Yeah.
Which
and
they were like, wanting.
Yeah, and like people, I read like, oh man, like they hurt Kofi, like this isn't a good run. And I'm like, it's fake.
Yeah.
Like they even said like Kofi's taking time off.
He's just taking bone chips out of his ankle.
Yeah.
So which is perfect. Classic wrestling, just write them off television. It works.
It did. It worked. It worked fine. He's gone,
fine.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm pumped the Revival are there.
So what's next for the Revival on Raw now?
I think they're going straight. I think they're going to go straight to the top.
So you think we're going to get Revival versus the Hardy Boys, which I think would be amazing.
I think so.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I think it'd be great.
The Hardy Boys, especially Matt Hardy, huge characters there. And then the Revival with the heel tactics that they bring into every match, it's going to be spectacular to see.
Did you ever think you would sit there and say, Matt Hardy, huge character there?
Yeah, because it's the
Do you
remember?
Character.
I know.
Hardy 3.0. Oh, yeah!
But his
Fat Matt Hardy
Titantron had a buffer to it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
The resurgence of the Broken Hardy, I'm a huge fan.
It's gonna happen.
Loving it.
The crowd loves it. The WWE is just working on buying it.
Yep. So next, let's talk a little bit about the women's division of Raw. We're getting Alexa Bliss is coming up to Raw, which scares the shit out of me because, I mean, now that Charlotte's gone. We'll get to that. It kind of works better. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that, but I don't know. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax on the same brand. I don't see Alexa Bliss being able to strive very much on the red brand. I hope I'm wrong.
To me, it feels like you go to Raw like for promotion, mate. You know, like,
yeah.
But I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like SmackDown is just such a superior product right now.
It's always been that way. The blue brand has always outwritten the Raw.
Well, yeah, they outright them because I don't know if they think like they can get away with more, like because
I don't think they're as restricted as much. The red
God,
brand
Raw, just loosen up a little.
They have to be topical about things. They have to try to be edgy. They're constantly trying to find a way for us to talk about them, when if they just focus more on in-ring tactics and just giving them old school promos to just give somebody a mic for 5 minutes and just let them yell at the screen, that gets more hype than anyone else. And Miz is a great example of that. When Miz, even if it isn't off script, if he makes it look like it's off script, people are talking. The Miz is trending. He's on Facebook and Twitter and on the trending lists for that shit.
So Nia Jax is probably going to become the woman champion.
That's exciting,
and I feel like they're going to bill her to be unstoppable, and then that's when Asuka gets called up because I think that's who's going to dethrone her.
Yeah, Asuka will be.
Asuka's unstoppable. There's nobody in. She needs to get called up.
Right the following year's WrestleMania, she will be going for the title. I believe.
And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like Dana Brooke, like there's nothing for you.
Right.
She needs to go back down to. She needs to go back down to NXT and just work on her character. It isn't even like a bad thing. Like NXT is really popular too.
Yeah, but I think they're slowly teasing us to have the Emma Dana Brooke thing back, and I think both of them using each other can kind of help develop a character for Dana. Because I think Emma is great. I think the WWE just has to give her more of a chance.
Yeah, she's easily the best performer in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's really, really good in the ring. And now that she's got this all about me, like, it's me.
Right.
Doesn't care about anyone else. Perfect.
And Dana being face is not going to work. I don't see... she is a heel through and through. She has these just different characteristics to her that you just want to hate as an audience.
Yeah.
So
also,
we're getting... Mickie James is coming to Raw. That'll be...
she needs a new song, right?
No, keep that song.
I love it. I love it.
Song. Dun, 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 dun,
She's
dun, dun,
older
dun.
now. She's older now.
She can still skip out
but
there.
But it's awkward.
Stop judging her.
She's an older woman. Like, no, she's super hot. And but it's just like, she needs to change her name or song. I think she just needs a new one. I just when she comes out, it doesn't.
It's always been her song.
I know it has, but I'm just like...
Yeah, maybe like give her one of her country songs to come out to.
Well, she was better... Well, when she was younger, geez, do you remember her?
Yeah, she was a lesbian. She
loved
Trish Stratus.
Yeah, but... Yeah, it's... her song doesn't do it for me, so I just...
The most disappointing move of the night. We are trading Byron Saxton for David Otunga. What the fuck?
Cannot wait for Corey Graves to rip him apart.
I know, that's all I'm waiting
for.
Corey
Graves is going to end David Otunga.
Call him out. Yeah, like we're going to get...
Like, wow.
David Otunga has left due to bullying claims from Corey Graves.
It's not even bullying. It would just be like, dude, you suck.
Right? It's critiquing.
Like, you're really bad at this. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be doing this.
So, all this stuff goes down on Raw, but in the background, we're seeing the Drifter walking into the audience.
How great was that?
Coming out in the Titantron, just like he comes out. I think it was I can't remember. It was a women's match, and I don't remember who was in it. But you just see him with his guitar just walk by, and you can tell the NXT fans because some of them are just like, just get out of my way, and other people are like losing their shit.
Yeah, he's just waltzing by, and I'm just like, well, he's drifting. He's lost.
No promos, no video, no vignettes, no nothing.
Just have him.
For months.
Have him keep
all
drifting.
year.
Have him keep drifting and then turn on somebody and crack him over the head with his guitar.
Exactly.
And just have him stand there and then just drift somewhere else.
Exactly. That following night, he's just on SmackDown.
Everyone's like, who is this guy? He just keeps drifting.
Oh, man. WWE should just own this shit. Like Ring of Honor next week, he's again back in the audience, just walking up and down.
Why not?
Exactly.
And everyone would just be like, what?
Yeah, Good Morning America, he's just back in the glass.
And he's like with his guitar like, lost.
Yep.
This isn't Raw.
Just drifting.
I gotta keep drifting.
This is perfect. All right, man. Well, let's take a quick break here. We'll start with the Raw brand. We'll be right back after this.
Hey everybody, Dan Classic here, and I want to tell you about the Super Hammer Bros podcast presents Rated M with me, Dan Classic. Featuring co-hosts from all walks of life with unique perspectives that you won't hear anywhere else. No holds barred discussion on art, geek culture, and literally anything under the sun. No subject is too dangerous. You can find all this, videos, artwork, podcasts, and more at superhammerbros.com.
And we're back!
All right, guys, welcome back. That is the podcast from Dan Classic. I was one of his guests. You'll be hearing one of his new episodes coming out soon. We talk more of like the business side. I had a lot of fun. Go check him out. He's a big fan of Pete. He's like, oh, that Pete guy, he's funny. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, hey, Brandon, you're on there too. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But no, he's a good guy. He had a lot of fun.
Hey, you're welcome, sir. I'll sign you an autograph.
Don't do that, Pete.
Give me something to sign.
He doesn't need that.
Yes, he does.
Stop signing my shit.
All of your stuff is just signatures.
Just says O'Brien all over the fucking place.
It's like, what's going on here? Pete signed another thing.
Let's move on to the blue brand. The first one we find out, obviously, Byron Saxton getting moved over. Now, the other thing, though, I forgot to talk about was that Untunga's actually not going to be around. He's actually filming a movie soon. Cannot wait for that, because we will be reviewing the shit out of that. Untunga.
Woo!
Yeah. He's just some kind of movie he's going to be in. And
he was in The Call.
Well, he's going to be in another movie.
He's the star?
I don't know if he's a star yet, but Booker T will be replacing him for a little bit. So we're going to get some Shucky Ducky with Corey Graves and Michael Cole. That'll be exciting. I'm a big fan of Booker T. I think he's hilarious on the mic.
What about... Why don't they just have Cole and...
Graves? It's got to be 3 people, man. 3 hours, 3 people. People get bored with 2.
I get bored with Cole so easily. I hate him so much now.
I know. He calls wrestling like people call baseball.
Yeah, he's going through the motions. It's just lame.
Yep. All right, next one, though. A clean-shaven Kevin Owens shows up.
He looks like James Corden.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Gonna do some carpool karaoke here soon.
I'm not a fan of clean-shaven Kevin Owens.
Me neither.
He needs his beard back.
But is this going to be permanent? Because the whole big thing with this is at the next Raw pay-per-view of Payback, he's going to be taking on Chris Jericho, and if he loses the title, he gets put on Raw. If I was Kevin Owens and you don't like Sami Zayn because that's the next person who comes up, and you're so pissed off because you're around Sami Zayn, fucking lose and go back to Raw. You know, at this point, like, that would be the most logical thing for Kevin Owens to do right now, is be like, I guess I'll just throw the title. And wouldn't it just be the shit if he shows up at Payback and purposely drops the title just to be back on the red brand, away from Sami Zayn?
Like, and he waves to him? That would be awesome.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So yeah, Sami Zayn is the next one who gets brought up, which is exciting. But I'm more excited about Sami Zayn being there than Kevin Owens, but I just don't want both of them to be there. I want a break between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I don't want any more of it. Give them some space.
They had such a good thing going in NXT.
Great.
Then they were like, this is the match when they finally fought in Raw, and God, you writers are stupid. Mm-hmm. You're stupid. I'm sorry. You did this. They find a good thing and they just railroad it. Mm-hmm. They don't let it just organically grow. Right. They shove it down your throat.
And then they set it on
Negan
fire.
Style. It's so bad. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, and they're like, all right, oh my God, these guys are long-lost friends, blah, blah, blah. No shit, Cole. We don't need to hear you tell us every time.
Right.
Oh, did you guys know?
Dude, I'm waiting for the WrestleMania that there's 2 main events, and it's Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens and John Cena versus Randy Orton. Because I cannot wait for that pay-per-view to happen.
Oh, my God.
Because the odds of that happening
are very good.
Yeah, it's very high now.
They're so high, and then you can just be like, so here we are, we've never seen these 2 fight, and it's just like,
at opposite posts of the ring. All right, big time. Big players getting moved on. The Shining Stars, Epico and Primo, get moved to SmackDown. Keep them on Raw, because, like, you need to build that division.
I completely forgot they were still on the roster.
I can forget even when they're out there.
They suck so much. Mm-hmm. And, like, I don't know if they have this new attitude now that they're there, but no one cares.
Yep.
No one cares.
We also find out Tamina's back. She's going to be on SmackDown.
She never left. We knew she was hurt. Like, nobody sat there and was just like, Tamina is gone. No, we knew she was there.
So, could we get a Team Bad reunion?
Oh, thank God. I would love it.
Yep. The crowd goes mild.
Yay.
Then Charlotte comes out, which I think is the biggest thing, the biggest trade I think they got to SmackDown was Charlotte coming there to the blue brand. Which is great only because then we just get a break from her beating up Sasha Banks and Bayley every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next, Sin Cara, one of the funniest ones. He got moved from to Raw, and they put him in the Cruiserweight division. He has like 4 or 5 matches, and now he gets moved back to SmackDown. So he technically is the first person to ever get dropped out of the Cruiserweight division, because now they're sending him to SmackDown. Unless, I'm kind of hoping he still is in the Cruiserweight division, and his new gimmick is he's trying to start a Cruiserweight division in SmackDown, but he can't find anyone to meet the weight requirement.
Oh my God, it would be great. Whatever.
Yep. Rusev, he's coming.
What happened to Rusev?
I'm not mad about this.
I'm glad he's there, but he just gets a thing saying
vignette.
Oh, Rusev. Yeah. You got the same. Kurt Hawkins got TV time.
Yeah.
You did not. Mm-mm. And you have actually been at WrestleMania. You had a huge entrance. You had huge feuds. And you get... Well, hey, Rusev, you're going to SmackDown.
Right.
What?
I'm excited for this only because SmackDown writing teamed up with how Rusev could just do any gimmick you give him, he will own it and just do something with it. I think this is a perfect combination. So keep him on the blue brand. This was perfect to get him over there.
Yep.
But the other thing to this is Lana is also getting come in. She gets her own separate little vignette for it, and it sounds like she's coming back as a wrestler. Reports are coming, though, that they are taking the scrap gimmick that they were giving to Emelina, and they're just reusing that now on Lana. So that'll be interesting to see if that's actually going to be the case. She has been at, NXT house shows and things like that. She has been actively wrestling, so this could be something fun.
Well, she's ravishing.
She is ravishing.
And I think they're trying to fill this void that, all those stupid, dumb... Who's the idiot that I hate on Total Divas?
Mike, was it Corona or whatever his name is?
What an idiot.
Yep.
He's the jackass that's doing this.
Yep.
I don't care if he ever hears me. I hate you. You
listening.
Are ruining... He's listening.
No, he only listens to, golf podcasts.
No, he's listening. Yeah, because he knows so much about the business.
Yep.
You thought Eva Marie was going to be a title holder. Are you kidding me? And now, she's gone, so they're like, well, we need some ravishing woman.
Yeah, right.
No, you don't.
No.
These girls look hot the way they
right.
are. You're trying to do something that is so old school that
exactly.
it's not. It doesn't work anymore.
Right. Meanwhile, you have someone like Charlotte that kind of fits that, who is like a wrestling goddess.
Yeah.
That springboard she did at WrestleMania was awesome.
Yeah.
That whole corkscrew dive that she did.
And let's be real, Emma's probably the hottest diva on the roster right now.
I don't know. Have you
seen her Instagram?
Nia Jax?
She's not like most girls.
She's not like most girls, exactly.
Hey, I love Nia Jax.
I do too.
No
one fan right here.
Emma is. Go on her Instagram.
She does have. She is one of my favorite Instagrams.
Yeah, she's good Instagram.
It's gotten better since she broke up with Woo Woo Woo.
Yeah. Oh my God. Zack
you
Ryder.
know it.
God, he's the worst.
So other one that we get a little thing that says New Day is coming to SmackDown, which I think is stupid. If they're going to keep them off television, it sounds like they're going to keep New Day off television for a while. Then don't show us. Just have them show up one day on SmackDown.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. SmackDown getting New Day is a thing. I don't know what to say about it.
I mean, the coolest thing was the main event that night was Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Baron Corbin.
That was awesome.
And it was an awesome match.
Right. I think they're really showing the potential of Baron Corbin in the ring. Being a main event player for sure on the blue brand.
Sami Zayn can hold the torch there now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was creative, just not giving him a chance. The SmackDown's now going to be like, okay, let's do something with this talent.
Yeah, Sami Zayn, the crowd loves him still. The crowd thinks he's great. Use him.
You just wait a year from now when he gets drafted back to Raw and they put him in the Cruiserweight division.
I know.
All right, so the two big ones, though, Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, he gets put on SmackDown, which is awesome. 35 years in the making.
I like it. I'm happy Ty Dillinger's there.
Yep, and then the other one, the big player, Shinsuke Nakamura, has finally made his debut on the blue brand.
I
called this.
I was nervous about how people were going to receive him.
Okay.
So after the second week, I knew WrestleMania week.
Everyone,
he'll go
it's your fans that are all there for
the
those
second
shows.
week. Crowd was just as loud.
Yep, absolutely.
Like singing his song, like, and he's standing there, and he just says like one word. And
Yeah.
It's just like, having his first rival be Ziggler.
That's gonna be great.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And it was almost like they were gonna set it up with Miz first, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't have minded that because Miz is a great worker.
But
and-
Ziggler can talk.
Right.
Shinsuke doesn't have to talk. Like, when people say he has to talk, he doesn't.
No.
He's his charisma alone in the ring of
Exactly.
him being weird.
Exactly.
And then just being like, I come
Exactly.
for
He's got
you.
this drunken master
Yeah.
kind of thing to him where that alone just works for him. And you can have people like Miz, Ziggler, any of those people talk and use that as the way to do the promo with him.
Yeah.
This, especially with Ziggler, how much of a personality he has almost more personality in a match than he does when he has a mic in his hand.
Yeah.
And that's impressive. And I'm excited to see these two go at it.
See, Ambrose has been trying to do the drunken master thing for a while, but he gets too drunk.
Yeah, he just keeps on getting
He
drunk.
just gets wasted.
He's just slammered.
Ambrose, what are you doing, man? He's like, hey, I'm drunken master. Get Ambrose back control.
I'm explicit.
Did you just drink that whole bottle of Fireball? Yes. Yes, I did. I'm Dean Ambrose. I'm going to my room.
Oh, congratulations, Renee Young, and they got married.
Yeah, okay. I thought they were getting divorced after him drunkenly trying to get the Hall of Fame.
That was hysterical.
Women love me, he said to his future wife
Yeah,
like 12 times.
He starts doing this whole like Ric Flair thing
Yeah.
right in front of his own wife.
Other notable things, Roman Reigns is gone off TV. Is he going to go to SmackDown now?
No, I think he comes back and goes for Strowman. It would be
Strowman pushed over an ambulance.
so. So I tweeted that night. I was like, "Oh my God, Braun Strowman just threw the Kofi Kingston blow-up doll off a cliff."
Oh yeah, because I cut and you could definitely
You
see
can tell
it wasn't
the hair that flies
But
off
like
of it.
the whole thing, and he's like sitting there and he's picking it up, and I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing. Then he switches his hands.
Yeah, they're
You
no
can't
longer.
hold an ambulance up like this and be like, hold on 1 second.
Yeah. And I love the camera constantly tries panning more to the right, like
Yeah.
there's nothing helping him lifting
And
it
you
from the
look,
left.
and if you looked at the tires, there were two metal things sitting there.
Yeah.
So it just tip over. I was just like that's cool. Like the whole part, the one part where he goes, "I'm not done yet." I was like, that's great.
Right, the
like,
petition going on right now to fire Braun Strowman.
yeah.
So someone started a GoFundMe account, and it's getting money. But like whoever made that, they just get to pocket that money.
Yeah. Oh, you stupid idiots for doing that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a work.
Yeah.
It's not real. But God, Vince is like, I'll get Roman over. We'll have Strowman just beat him up mercifully.
Which, the other thing to this is, didn't just the night before or 2 nights before, I mean, if I was Undertaker, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I just gave up my legacy to this dude who just got murdered on television. You know? This does nothing for Undertaker's legacy.
You just ruined Undertaker.
If I was a diehard Undertaker fan that almost cried at every single Undertaker match,
Nah.
not naming names, I'd be pretty mad right now.
Oh, God. It's so bad.
All right, so hey, right now the IC title and US title have kind of switched, so that's a big thing. We're getting the titles moved. There's nothing else to that, I guess.
I think it's good, though. I think they could write up the U.S. title because, look at the main event was a triple threat match for a number one contender for that belt.
Right.
So they already put it on a pedestal.
Yep.
They already made it worth it.
Yep. So this is good news. The other thing, big shakeup. Simon Gotch gone.
Aiden English comes out singing, which is great.
Yeah, reports people are like they are going to be really pushing Aiden English, and he jobs like that night on SmackDown.
Yeah,
just
I was like, wait,
to
what?
Ty Dillinger.
How do you put?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the dude's got charisma,
Yeah.
and you know, like his gimmick could get over as
Right.
being that annoying, pompous.
And you know he has patience, because if he's had to deal with Simon Gotch this entire fucking time and apologize for that dumbass, you know he's got patience.
Yeah, he's good in the ring too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. Also, brand new NXT. They rebranded it, new music, the new stadium. I know you haven't seen much of it. But one big thing, I watched it. They did a big like goodbye for Shinsuke on there. It really like the cool thing about it is the opening video has no like NXT alumni in it anymore. It's all new talent. It's definitely feels like they're just changing. This is a new leaf. A bunch of new people coming into NXT for the Performance Center. But one of the big ones was this guy named Dylan Miley. He takes on DIY. He had this like weird guy who had kind of like the Seth Rollins half black, half blonde hair, but he kind of looked like if Seth Rollins and Joe Dirt just were one person.
Yeah.
But this guy is huge. He is he is a tank. This guy is just built for wrestling, and I cannot wait to see what more he does. He takes on DIY and almost like destroys both of them by himself. They ended up just getting the pin on the Joe Dirt guy. But yeah, if you get a chance, check him out. He's super cool.
Is that cage match this week?
Yeah, that's this Wednesday. Should be exciting.
That'll be good.
Yeah, Ty Dillinger doing one last match against Eric Young.
Yep.
I'm digging the whole feud with this. I just think like the feud getting to the pay-per-views is like the worst part.
Absolutely.
All right, man. What are you going to grade this shakeup?
Raw gets like a C, and SmackDown gets a B+.
Okay.
Just because you got Shinsuke, Ty Dillinger. I think they're huge. You get Charlotte Flair, you get Kevin Owens, you get Zayn.
Right.
Raw gets
just
balls.
Like
you get Miz, which was cool, but then Ambrose, don't care.
Right.
Alexa Bliss is cool, but she was perfect on the Blue Brand.
Yeah, everyone that was striving the Blue Brand, like Miz and Bray Wyatt, they were really getting more traction they have in years.
Yeah.
And now they're getting put on
and
Raw.
Now Bray is gonna be doing whatever.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm. That's how I'm doing it.
I'm giving both of them D's. I'm giving some double D's. Only because I'm just upset with the people who left SmackDown, and I just don't care about the people coming into SmackDown.
Hey, SmackDown did work, though. I mean, let's be real, though. The Revival getting called up is really awesome.
That's awesome. That's still Raw.
But it's still Raw.
It's still going to get, like, it's great now, but in 2 months...
So remember the Bullet Club?
Exactly.
Remember the Bullet Club?
You can't have both of them on the same show.
But if the Revival keeps doing what they're doing and having, like, Kofi Kingston's like hurt shirt I want.
Yeah.
Like that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So,
who is your dud of the night?
I gotta go with Finn Balor. Getting hurt. I'm sorry. I'm such a Finn Balor fan, but God.
I've lost all faith in Finn Balor.
Sucks.
My goal for 2017, Pete, is just to have you completely turn on Finn Balor.
Are you going to work on that?
I'm working on making you just... Because you turned me on Roman, and I'm going to turn you on Finn. Because he's not impressive in the ring, and he's just fragile as glass.
He hasn't had he's had one chance with Rollins, which was awesome, and then he tears his rotator cuff.
Right.
Then roided out Ginger, forgot he got stronger and almost took his head off.
Do you remember when Sami Zayn like tore his rotator cuff just trying to get into his debut match?
He's like, that's great!
Balor's like, I could do better.
Yeah. So
there, and here's the other thing with Balor is like, how long do they put a belt on him? Because you can't put a belt on that guy right now. Yeah.
Like, he can get the Ziggler treatment really quick.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, my dud, let's get into this, man. JBL. You ready to talk about this?
You have ruined announcing JBL.
Yes.
Did you see the video of the crowd chanting "fuck
Fire"? Yeah, and then
Fire
there was
JBL, and it was like "fuck JBL" was another one.
Yep.
What are you doing, WWE?
Right.
Why are you keeping this guy on?
So Mauro Ranallo, he's gone, completely gone. He's even already making takes towards him, and I'm so frustrated because you lost such a talented person.
You had the best announcer. Oh, you had probably one of the best announcers, even though wrestling is fake, in like all major sports.
Exactly.
He was so good.
Exactly. He could call things, he could hype things, he could take the most mundane match and just put it at a 7 if he needed to.
Yeah.
And this guy was just amazing, and we lost him because of bullshit things that we've heard about from JBL for years. So one of the things is Dave Meltzer, he's big in the wrestling news circuit. He talked about how he's heard from like 15 different people similar stories. But I'm going to be honest honest with you, Pete, it doesn't take very much to find stories of it. And I have a whole list of people here. Justin Roberts, in his new book, talked about how they were doing some kind of thing in a European tour, and his passport disappeared. He ended up having to take a other separate plane to go to a U.S. embassy to get a new passport so he could leave. Prior to this, there were stories coming out saying that from confirmed by Johnny Mundo, a.k.a. John Morrison and The Miz, saying that JBL was trying to convince them to take Justin's passport just prior to it just disappearing. So that's just one example right there of just JBL just bullying somebody. There's an interview out there right now you can find on YouTube of Mark Henry going out about how when he was young that constantly was being harassed by JBL. Still to this day would get harassed by people taking his luggage and throwing it in the showers and turning the showers on and constantly being caught to be JBL. Matt Hardy also came out with things saying that he had instructed that Matt and Jeff try to force them to drive drunk one night. So that's a fun thing. When they said that they wouldn't, he allegedly told them to go to hell and then later found that their bags were missing but would later show up following weeks later on a separate show. They don't know where that ever came from, but they strongly believe that it was JBL. Rene Dupree, if you remember him, he was only referred to as "you French faggot" anytime JBL would talk to him. Probably still to this day. Ivory, she's an old wrestler who wrestled back in the Attitude Era.
Right to censor.
Yep, she said that JBL was so mean and that he would beat the snot out of people backstage back in the Attitude Era. And of course we have The Miz, one of the more famous ones. JBL would constantly demean him either in the ring or backstage in front of other talents just because he thought so. And there are confirmed interviews out there of JBL saying, yes, he did haze Miz, and he's very proud of that. The big thing here now is saying that upper management is keeping him around because they kind of think he is weaning out the talent that can't take harsh criticism from like upper management. Which brings up my question: how fucking bad is upper management if you got to use JBL, who's the biggest piece of shit in the wrestling business today?
Yeah, so I'm hearing all these stories. I read all of them. Okay, there's a difference between like hazing somebody, like doing like a, like an initiation or like a prank.
Right.
Like, okay, my high school days, one of mine was I got blindfolded and I got tied up.
Okay.
And we got put in like a field outside of town.
Sure.
It's like where else? I'm like, okay. Another one was I was walking out of the showers and I got hit with like flour. And I gotta go shower again. Okay, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, society now, I will say, is weak. We're a bunch of wimps.
Yep.
Can't do crap. But taking someone's passport?
Yeah.
How the hell do you get back to the country?
Yeah, exactly.
And making him fly and getting another one. Not just being like, letting him freak out for a little bit and be like, here it is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's a huge difference from what he's doing that can be playful to just being a dick.
Right.
And I'm sorry, when you hear him talk, you're just sitting there, you're like, wow.
Right, so JBL, to Justin Roberts' story, he just says, Justin Roberts is a lying piece of shit, everyone backstage hated him. Which, other people from, like, John Morrison, The Miz, people like that, they don't have any bad stories about Justin Roberts. They have bad stories about JBL.
Yeah.
So WWE's tactic is not to punish JBL, not to take him off television for a while. Their big thing, and we're going to start seeing this soon, is JBL will having a huge face turn on the commentating table. Is that going to fix this? Fuck no. We're going to be hearing fire JBL as much as we're going to be hearing the CM Punk chants. I mean, It's going to be every SmackDown now. There's nothing you can do.
When he comes out now, because they do their entrance,
right.
He's getting booed.
Right, exactly.
He's getting booed.
So we saw this a couple years ago, like 2013 with Bill DeMott, the big head coach of NXT. Same kind of stories were coming out there. Gone. Not in the company anymore.
Yeah.
You're not even affiliated with
so
the
now
company
you
anymore.
lost like one of the best talents.
Yeah.
And you now are stuck with him.
Stuck
and
with a guy
so you're saying
who fucking barks on the commentating table. This man does not do anything other than just shout out nonsense until he thinks he's over with heat.
It's ridiculous, and it ticks me off. I feel bad for Tom Phillips because everyone's like, "Oh, we got Tom Phillips." Hey, Tom Phillips isn't bad.
No, exactly. And
he's actually good.
And not only that, but
he's doing a great job.
Hearing these stories about JBL, he's getting his ass torn up every fucking night. He's got to sit next to that jackass.
Yeah. JBL needs to go. But now you're gonna get all these oh yeah, dude, haze him, see how much he can take. Don't do that. Yeah. That's just stupid.
It's just shitty, especially in this day of age of the business.
Listen, they know you're gonna get a harsh critique. Yeah, it sucks, but guess what? The bosses should be doing that, not some fucking lower level guy.
Exactly.
Who doesn't have that pull. It's garbage. JBL, you suck. I hate you, and you are like the Adam Sandler of wrestling right now.
Yeah, I dig it.
And I hate him.
I love it. So yeah, that's my dud, man. What a rant. Who's your stud?
The Revival.
The Revival. All
They're
right.
back. I love it. I love their shirts. I love that they took on the New Day and beat them twice.
Wow.
Twice.
I went with the Braun Strowman for killing Roman Reigns on live television.
That was my next one. That was going to be the other one. Because it was I'm not finished yet. And you hear thank you, Strowman. Like, Vince has got to be just sitting there going like, why don't they like Roman? He just got killed, for God's sakes. And the crowd's like, 'cause he sucks.
Right.
Take time to be a dad.
It's like the Lannisters being like, God, like, she's the fucking queen.
Yeah.
Why don't they like Cersei?
Yeah. And Titus O'Neil's like, hey, you want me to French my kid again? I can be the dad role model.
And Vince is like, don't touch me.
Yeah, get away from me, you weirdo.
Suspension. You can't be in the same room with me.
90 days.
All right, man. Which brand won this month out of the shakeup? SmackDown?
Okay, so SmackDown got more of my favorite stars.
Yeah.
And that main event match was sweet. Raw got stars, but they got the Revival and Strowman killing Roman Reigns.
Right.
And Kurt Angle. So, like...
It's hard.
It's hard to...
There's a lot of negatives, but there's just the right amount of positives
I know,
on both sides.
I'm going SmackDown.
You're going to go SmackDown?
I'll go SmackDown because I love Shinsuke.
Okay, I'm going to go SmackDown for two reasons. One is they did get better talent, but then they also showed that SmackDown's characters that were doing nothing when there was no draft, they were able to take people like Bray Wyatt and elevate them to a newer level that they haven't been to since they peaked with facing John Cena and shit, and are now bringing them to Raw. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a SmackDown too.
Okay.
So
good.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey man, that is the Full Nelson Press Podcast, episode 60, the 2017 WWE Shakeup. Anything else you want to add?
Yes, I have one thing to add. Actually,
Ooh.
it's our last show live.
Yeah.
Got a new job. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I know it's way clearer now with this mic.
But
I gotta get a new job.
Go buy a mic so I can just run away from you.
I know, right? But I'm getting a new job, so I won't be popping in here as much.
But we'll be still doing a show every week.
We'll be still doing shows.
Yeah.
But I do have to say this too. Don't anybody ever support Adam Sandler's movies on Netflix. Stop it.
People need to stop.
Oh man, The Ridiculous Six was beyond awful. Schindler's List was funnier than that movie. Do you know what Schindler's List is? It's the most depressing thing in the world.
Yeah, it's a list of sad people.
Yeah, and guess what? Funnier than The Ridiculous Six.
So he does have another movie coming out here soon.
He just had what, Sandy Wexler just got added?
Something like Sandy Vagina. I don't know what the whole thing is.
God.
We may have to start our own series of Adam Sandler movies.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can literally do it. It's so bad.
All right. Well, hey, go watch some wrestling.
And don't watch Adam Sandler movies.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Leave us a comment and the guys might give you a shout out on the next episode. If you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure to leave us a review. You can also find the Full Nelson Press on Stitcher, Facebook, Wrestling Amino, Instagram, or visit us at thefullnelsonpress.com.